It's your girl Lex, and welcome back to another episode of Chatting with Lex, where I help single mothers conquer motherhood and life. If this is your first time watching, welcome to my channel. Go ahead, click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always notified whenever I upload a new video. And share this video with a friend. Let's encourage a single mother today. So ladies, today we're going to discuss creating a family budget, how to make our money stretch. Well, the first thing that I do before I begin writing out my list of things for the household is I pay my tithes to the kingdom of God. I believe in that biblical principle. Now, I believe that if I'm following what God says to do, I will not be put to shame because his word will never return back to him void. And I believe that he will pour out a blessing so big, there won't be enough room to store it. Now, if that's not your belief system, you can still benefit from these tips that I use to help create a family budget for my household. Now, the first thing that I do after I've paid my tithes is I prioritize family expenses for the children and I. That's clothing, that's school and summer activities, that's food items, just to name a few. Now, in the example of clothing, I'm not afraid to go to department stores such as Marshall's, Target, Burlington, just to name a few. And I'm not afraid to check out the clearance section or the bargain bins because you'll find quality items for low cost. I also buy clothing out of season because the pricing is a lot more affordable than if the items were in season at that current time. When items are coming into season, the prices are relatively higher, and that does not allow our money to go far, does it? Now, when you're in these department stores, never be afraid to check out brand name items because you'll find brand name items for a lot lower cost than you would if you were to go to the actual store that created that clothing apparel. The second tip is create an emergency fund for your household. Now, an emergency fund should be something that's easily doable for you. Set aside an amount that can easily come out of your paycheck, such as $5 a day, $20 a week, or even $50 every 2 weeks, according to your income. Now, $5 a day should be very easy for you because that is as simple as a cup of coffee, which can actually go higher than $5 a day. Now, when you're saving this money, put the money aside where you cannot easily access it. So if this is money that you have in your house, put it in a place that you cannot find it and hide it from anyone that you know. Never let anyone know that you have cash on reserve. You should always be adding to this emergency fund and not taking from it. If you're going to put this money in a bank account, make sure you do not access an ATM card for this account, because you do not want to be in a situation where you're pulling from this account as opposed to adding money to this account. The third thing that I do is I look for free and fun activities for the children and I. So right now we're in a current pandemic and there's not many places to go. Well, local libraries, depending on where you live, are allowing you to do curbside library books. You can actually reserve your books online and pick them up and go home. You can do virtual camps, which is something that's relatively new due to the current pandemic. You can locate which location is having a virtual camp so that you can set your children up on the computers. They can visit field trips online. They can look at the zoo and look at the animals live because they'll have cameras in there so the children can see. So that is something that you can do during this summertime that is free for your children. You can take walks around the block, walks around the park. Of course, be safe and wear your mask and carry hand sanitizer. And if you have gloves, do so as well. The fourth thing that I do is I make sure I have a long-term goal for the family. So that's making sure I have money that I can put aside for a long-term dream, whether it's purchasing a house, whether it's taking a family vacation, whatever that looks like for you. Make sure that you have money that you're putting aside for a long-term goal. And I recommend, if your bank allows it, for you to put that in a holiday club account, because a holiday club account does not allow you to touch the money for 1 whole year. You can only add money into that account. And I think that's a great thing to do, because if you know that you tend to touch your money for every little thing that comes up, you'll never be able to see your money grow. So always put a certain amount of money aside into that holiday club account so that you can actually achieve a family goal together. The fifth thing that I like to do is I purchase items in bulk, such as food items, medicine items, laundry detergent. Make sure you have a stockpile so that in case pandemics hit, like we're in now, in case there's snowstorms, in case you have power outages, you have these items on reserve in your home. So buying food items such as chicken, fish, red meat in bulk, where you can actually separate them into Ziploc bags and put them in your freezer, allows you to have enough food in case there is an emergency going on in your area, in your home. You may have, God forbid, lost a job. You can have food on reserve for a little while until unemployment kicks in. You also want to buy non-perishable items such as canned goods. You want to buy milks that you can put in the freezer. You want to buy bread that you can put in the freezer, rice, oil. These are things that you should be having in your home. Also, laundry detergent, soap, medical items such as, cough medicine, cold medicine, fever medicine. These are things you should have on reserve, especially when you have children. Anything can happen. You may have sick children and cannot leave the house also. So you want to have these things in stock in your home. Well, it's been another episode with Chatting with Lex. I hope you enjoyed these tips. I hope they have been very helpful to you. If you've enjoyed them, please click the like button and share a positive comment below. If you have any tips that you'd like to share on how you create a family budget, feel free to put them in the comments as well. Let's continue to keep the conversation going. I look forward to talking to each and every one of you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon.